नमस्कार, मैं हूँ दृष्टि जैन एंड वेलकम टू दिस वीडियो सीरीज जिसका नाम है घटना सूत्र। इस वीडियो सीरीज में हम डिस्कस करेंगे ज्योग्राफी की एनसीईआरटी लेटेस्ट एडिशन फ्रॉम क्लास 6th टू क्लास 12th। हम फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी भी डिस्कस करेंगे और ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी भी डिस्कस करेंगे। इस पूरे वीडियो सीरीज में अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 30 to 35 लेक्चर्स होंगे जिसमें पूरी आपकी ज्योग्राफी की एनसीईआरटी कवर हो जाएगी। और एक वीडियो सीरीज में हम कंटेंट के साथ साथ PYQs भी देखेंगे, PYQs UPSC के भी देखेंगे और स्टेट PCS के भी देखेंगे। मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि आप सभी को ये वीडियो काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके से समझ आएगी, क्योंकि मेरा जो इन्वॉल्वमेंट है ना यूपीएससी के साथ काफ़ी लंबा है। मैंने यूपीएससी में 6 अटेम्प्ट्स दिए हुए हैं, उसमें 3 मेंस दिया हुआ है। मैंने फॉरेस्ट के मेंस लिखे हैं, 2 फॉरेस्ट का मेंस लिखा है और 2 फॉरेस्ट के इंटरव्यू दिए हुए हैं। तो मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप सभी को ये वीडियो लेक्चर काफ़ी पसंद आएगा, जिसमें मैं साथ साथ अंडरलाइन भी करते जाऊँगी और इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ें मार्क करते जाऊँगी। तो आप बस अपने सामने एनसीईआरटी की बुक रखिएगा, जो चीज़ हम पढ़ रहे हैं उसको ध्यान से पढ़िएगा और इसको बार बार रिवीजन करते जाइएगा। तो चलो बिना लेट किए हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड विद द घटना सूत्र वीडियो लेक्चर सीरीज। Hello aspirants, welcome to the next session of Ghatna Sutra. In this video we will study chapter 4 of Geography class 9th NCERT, that is climate. अभी तक हमने चैप्टर 1, चैप्टर 2 और चैप्टर 3 पढ़ लिया है ज्योग्राफी क्लास 9th NCERT का। अब हम चैप्टर 4 की ओर मूव ऑन करते हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट अस टेक एन ओवरव्यू कि हम इसमें क्या क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं। तो हम इसमें देखेंगे क्लाइमेट क्या है, वेदर क्या है, मॉनसून क्या होता है, इंडिया में कैसे टाइप का क्लाइमेट है, क्लाइमेटिक कंट्रोल्स क्या क्या है, मतलब क्या क्या चीज़ें क्लाइमेट को इम्पैक्ट करती हैं। फिर इंडिया के क्लाइमेट को कौन कौन से फैक्टर इफेक्ट करते हैं। उसके बाद हम अलग अलग टाइप ऑफ सीजन देखेंगे, हम PYQs देखेंगे, हम जेट स्ट्रीम देखेंगे, हम देखेंगे कि जेट स्ट्रीम समर में कैसी रहती है, विंटर में कैसी रहती है। फिर हम एल नीनो के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, एल नीनो और ला नीना के बारे में। फिर हम बर्स्ट ऑफ मॉनसून देखेंगे। उसके बाद हम अलग अलग सीज़न के बारे में जानेंगे कि कौन कौन से सीज़न होते हैं और इंडिया में, और उस टाइम क्या टेम्परेचर और क्या रेनफॉल सिचुएशन होती है अपनी कंट्री में। उसके बाद हम देखेंगे कि एडवांसिंग मॉनसून रेनी सीजन में क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है। फिर हम रिट्रीटिंग मॉनसून के देखेंगे और फिर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ रेनफॉल देखेंगे, और मॉनसून कैसे हमारे पूरे कंट्री को यूनिफाई करता है हम ये भी देखेंगे अलग अलग मैप के थ्रू। इस तरीके से हमारा ये वाला चैप्टर खत्म होगा। तो चलो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं विद क्लाइमेट चैप्टर। In the last 2 chapters you have read about the landforms and the drainage of our country. These are two of the 3 basic elements that one learns about the natural environment of an area. In this chapter you will learn about the third, that is the atmospheric conditions that prevail. That is the atmospheric conditions that prevail over our country. Why do we wear woolens in December? Or why it is hot and uncomfortable in the month of May, and why it rains in June or July? The answers to all these questions can be found out by studying about the climate of India. Climate refers to the sum total of weather conditions and variations over a large area for a long period of time, more than 30 years. Weather refers to the state of atmosphere over an area at any point of time. The elements of weather and climate are the same, that is temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity and precipitation. You may have observed that the weather conditions fluctuate very often even within a day. But there is some common pattern over a few weeks or months. That is, days are cool or hot, windy or calm, cloudy or bright, and wet or dry. On the basis of the generalized monthly atmospheric conditions, the year is divided into seasons such as winter, summer, or rainy season. The world is divided into a number of climatic regions. Do you know what type of climate India has and why is it so? We will learn about it in this chapter. अब do you know में देखते हैं हम. The word monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mausim, which literally means season. Monsoon refers to the seasonal reversal in the wind direction during a year. The climate of India is described as the monsoon type. This type of climate is found mainly in the South and Southeast Asia. Despite an overall unity in the general pattern, there are perceptible regional variations in the climatic conditions within the country. Let us take 2 important elements, temperature and precipitation, and examine how they vary from place to place and season to season. In summer, the mercury occasionally touches 50 degrees centigrade in some parts of Rajasthan desert, where it may be around 20 degrees centigrade in Pahalgam and Jammu and Kashmir. On a winter night, temperature at Dras and Jammu and Kashmir may be as low as minus 45 degrees centigrade. Thiruvananthapuram, on the other hand, may have a temperature of 20 degrees centigrade. Do you know? In certain places, there is a wide difference between day and night temperatures. In the Thar Desert, the day temperature may rise to 50 degrees centigrade and drop down to nearly 15 degrees centigrade the same night. On the other hand, there is hardly any difference in day and night temperatures in Andaman and Nicobar Islands or in Kerala. Let us now look at precipitation. There are variations not only in the form and types of precipitation but also in its amount and seasonal distribution. While precipitation is mostly in the form of snowfall in the upper parts of Himalayas, it rains over the rest of the country. The annual precipitation varies from over 400 cm in Meghalaya to less than 10 cm in Ladakh and western Rajasthan. Most parts of the country receive rainfall from June to September. But some parts like Tamil Nadu coast get most of its rain during October and November. In general, coastal areas experience less contrasts in temperature condition. Seasonal contrasts are more in the interior of the country. There is decrease in rainfall generally from east to west in the northern plains. These variations have given rise to a variety of lives in people in terms of food they eat, the clothes they wear, and also the kind of houses they live in. Sorry. Now, climatic controls. मेरे को लगता है अभी तक आप लोगों को समझ आया होगा जो भी हमने पढ़ाई की है, रीडिंग लगाई है. Now, climatic controls. There are 6 major controls of the climate of any place. These are latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance from sea, that is continentality, ocean currents and relief features. Due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy received varies according to latitude. As a result, air temperature decreases from the equator towards the poles. As one goes from the surface of the earth to higher altitudes, the atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature decreases. The hills are therefore cooler during summers. The pressure and wind system of any area depends on the latitude and altitude of the place. Thus, it influences the temperature and rainfall pattern. The sea exerts a moderating influence on the climate. As the distance from the sea increases, its moderating influence decreases and the people experience extreme weather conditions. This condition is known as continentality, that is very hot during summers and very cold during winters. Ocean currents along with onshore winds affect the climate of the coastal areas. For example, any coastal area with warm or cold currents flowing past it will be warmed or cooled if the winds are onshore. Finally, relief too plays a major role in determining the climate of a place. High mountains act as barrier for cold or hot winds. They may also cause precipitation if they are high enough and lie in the path of rain-bearing winds. The leeward side of mountains remain dry. Next, factors affecting India's climate. अब ये हमने कॉमन फैक्टर्स पढ़े. अब हम देखेंगे कि इंडिया के क्लाइमेट को कौन कौन से फैक्टर इम्पैक्ट करते हैं और उसकी क्या एग्जाम्पल है. तो फर्स्ट है लैटिट्यूड. The Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle of the country from the Run of Kutch in the west to Mizoram in the east. Almost half of the country lying south of Tropic of Cancer belongs to the tropical area. All the remaining area north of tropic lies in the subtropics. Therefore, India's climate has characteristics of tropical as well as subtropical climate. Altitude. India has mountains to the north which have an average height of about 6,000 meters. India also has a vast coastal area where the maximum elevation is about 30 meters. The Himalayas prevent the cold winds from the Central Asia from entering the subcontinent. It is because of these mountains that this subcontinent experiences comparatively milder winter as compared to Central Asia. तो समझ आया कि हिमालयस क्या करते हैं, कोल्ड विंड्स फ्रॉम साइबेरिया सेंट्रल एशिया से जो आती है उनको प्रिवेंट करते हैं इंडिया में आने से. प्रेशर एंड विंड्स. The climate and associated weather conditions in India are governed by the following atmospheric conditions. First is pressure and surface winds, second is upper air circulation, and third is western cyclonic disturbances and tropical cyclones. India lies in the region of northeasterly winds. These winds originate from the subtropical high pressure belt of the northern hemisphere. They blow south, get deflected to the right due to the Coriolis force, and move on towards the equatorial low pressure area. Generally, these winds carry very little moisture as they originate and blow over land. Therefore, they bring little or no rain. Hence, India should have been an arid land, but it is not so. Let us see why. अब कोरियोलिस फोर्स क्या होता है, हमने ऊपर पढ़ा था ना कोरियोलिस फोर्स ये वर्ड, उसके बारे में हम देखते हैं. An apparent force caused by the Earth's rotation. Apparent force है ये, ठीक है. The Coriolis force is responsible for deflecting wind towards the right in the northern hemisphere and towards the left in the southern hemisphere. This is also known as Ferrel's law. तो इस लॉ को क्या करता है, नदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में राइट हैंड साइड डिफ्लेक्ट करता है विंड को और सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. इसको बोलते हैं फेरेल्स लॉ. द प्रेशर एंड विंड कंडीशंस ओवर इंडिया आर यूनिक. ड्यूरिंग विंटर देयर इज हाई प्रेशर एरिया नॉर्थ ऑफ हिमालयाज. Cold dry winds blow from this region to low pressure areas over the ocean to the south. In summer, a low pressure area develops over the interior Asia as well as over the northwestern India. This causes a complete reversal of the direction of winds during the summer. Air moves from high pressure area over the southern Indian Ocean in a southeasterly direction, crosses the equator and turns right towards the low pressure area over the Indian subcontinent. These are known as southwest monsoon winds. These winds blow over the warm oceans, gather moisture and bring widespread rainfall over the mainland of India. The upper air circulation in this region is dominated by a westerly flow. An important component of this flow is the jet stream. These jet streams are located approximately over 27 to 30 degree north latitude. Therefore, they are known as subtropical westerly jet streams. Over India, these jet streams blow south of Himalayas all through the year except in summers. The western cyclonic disturbances experienced in the north and northwestern parts of the country are brought in by this westerly flow. In summer, the subtropical westerly jet streams move north of Himalayas with the apparent movement of the sun. An easterly jet stream called the tropical easterly jet stream blows over peninsular India approximately over 14 degree north during the summer months. समझ आया? I hope समझ आया होगा. अभी jet stream देखते हैं कि jet stream क्या है. These are narrow belt of high altitude about 12,000 meters westerly winds in the troposphere. तो ये क्या है, नैरो बेल्ट में ब्लो करती हैं कितने एल्टीट्यूड के आसपास, अराउंड 12,000 मीटर के आसपास. वेस्टर्ली विंड्स होती है, मतलब वेस्टर्न साइड से आती हैं और किस एरिया में ब्लो करती हैं, इन द अपर पार्ट ऑफ ट्रोपोस्फेयर. Their speed varies from about 110 km per hour in summer to about 184 km per hour in winter. मतलब स्पीड कब विंटर में ज़्यादा है क्योंकि टेम्परेचर कंट्रास्ट ज़्यादा होता है विंटर में. A number of separate jet streams have been identified. The most constant are the mid-latitude and subtropical jet stream. ये जेट स्ट्रीम के बारे में UPPCS 2004 में, 2011 में, बिहार PCS 2001 और 2003 में पूछा जा चुका है. अब हम देखते हैं कि वेस्टर्न साइक्लोनिक डिस्टर्बेंसेस क्या होते हैं. The western cyclonic disturbances are weather phenomena of the winter months brought in by the westerly flow from the Mediterranean region. They usually influence the weather of the north and the northwestern regions of India. Tropical cyclones occur during the monsoon as well as in October and November and are part of the easterly flow. These disturbances affect the coastal regions of the country. Have you read or heard about the disasters caused by them on Odisha and Andhra Pradesh coast? अब हम पढ़ेंगे इंडियन मानसून के बारे में. The climate of India is strongly influenced by the monsoon winds. The sailors who come to India in the historic times were one of the first to have noticed the phenomena of the monsoon. They benefited from the reversal of the wind system as they came by sailing ships at the mercy of winds. The Arabs, who had also come to India as traders, named this seasonal reversal of wind system as monsoon. तो किसने नाम रखा था? अरब्स ने रखा था. अब इसके बाद देखो, ये मैप अभी ऐसे नहीं समझ आएगा, पहले हम रीडिंग करते हैं. The monsoons are experienced in the tropical area roughly between 20 degree north and 20 degree south. अब जब हम ये पढ़ेंगे ना तो इसके साथ साथ आप ये वाला मैप देखते जाइएगा, ठीक है? मैं रीडिंग कर रही हूँ, आप पैरेलली मैप देखते जाइए. The monsoons are experienced in the tropical area roughly between 20 degree north and 20 degree south. To understand the mechanism of monsoons, the following facts are important. First, the differential heating and cooling of land and water creates low pressure on the landmass of India, while the seas around experience comparatively high pressure. Second, the shift of the position of intertropical convergence zone in summer over the Ganga plain, that is equatorial trough, normally positioned between about 5 degree north of equator, also known as the monsoon trough during the monsoon season. Third, the presence of high pressure area east of Madagascar, approximately at 20 degrees south over the Indian Ocean. The intensity and position of this high pressure area affects the Indian monsoon. Fourth, the Tibetan Plateau gets intensely heated during summer, which results in strong vertical air currents and the formation of high pressure over the plateau at about 9 km above the sea level. Fifth, the movement of westerly jet stream to the north of Himalayas and the presence of the tropical easterly jet stream over the Indian peninsula during the summer. तो ये जो फैक्टर्स है ये इंडियन मानसून को इम्पैक्ट करते हैं. अब इंटरट्रॉपिकल कन्वर्जेंस जोन क्या होता है? The intertropical convergence zone is a broad trough of low pressure in the equatorial latitudes. This is where the northeast and the southeast trade winds converge. This convergence zone lies more or less parallel to the equator but moves north or south with the apparent movement of the sun. ठीक है, तो ITCZ कौन सा एरिया है जहाँ पे नॉर्थ ईस्ट और साउथ ईस्ट ट्रेड विंड्स आके मिलती है, कन्वर्ज होती है. Apart from this, it has also been noticed that changes in the pressure conditions over the southern oceans also affect the monsoons. Normally, when the tropical eastern South Pacific Ocean experiences high pressure, the tropical eastern Indian Ocean experiences low pressure. But in certain years, there is a reversal in the pressure conditions and the eastern Pacific has lower pressure in comparison to the eastern Indian Ocean. This periodic change conditions is known as Southern Oscillation or SO. The difference in pressure over Tahiti, Pacific Ocean and Darwin in Northern Australia, Indian Ocean is computed to predict the intensity of the monsoons. If the pressure differences are negative, it would mean मतलब Tahiti minus Darwin बोल रहा है, ठीक है? If the pressure differences are negative, it would mean below average and late monsoons. A feature connected with SO is El Nino, a warm ocean current that flows past the Peruvian coast in place of the cold Peruvian current every 2 to 5 years. The changes in pressure conditions are connected to the El Nino. Hence, the phenomena is referred to as ENSO, that is El Nino Southern Oscillation. तो ये क्या होता है, एक साथ होता है, सदर्न ऑसिलेशन होता है और उसी के साथ एल नीनो आता है, तो इस पूरे फिनोमिना को बोल देते हैं एनसो, एल नीनो सदर्न ऑसिलेशन. और इसके बारे में यूपीएससी 2008 में, यूकेपीसीएस 2002 में और 2003 में पूछा जा चुका है. अब हम देखते हैं एल नीनो के बारे में. This is a name given to the periodic development of a warm ocean current along the coast of Peru as a temporary replacement of the cold Peruvian current. El Nino is a Spanish word meaning the child and refers to the baby Christ, as this current starts flowing during Christmas. The presence of El Nino leads to an increase in the sea surface temperature and weakening of the trade winds in the region. तो आई होप समझ आया होगा कि एल नीनो क्या है. अब हम आते हैं the onset of monsoon and the withdrawal. The monsoon, unlike the trades, are not steady winds but are pulsating in nature, affected by the different atmospheric conditions encountered by it on its way over the warm tropical seas. The duration of the monsoon is between 100 and 120 days from early June to mid-September. Around the time of its arrival, the normal rainfall increases suddenly and continues constantly for several days. This is known as the burst of the monsoon and can be distinguished from the pre-monsoon showers. The monsoon arrives at the southern tip of Indian Peninsula generally by the first week of June. Subsequently, it divides into two, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch reaches Mumbai about 10 days later on approximately the 10th of June. This is a fairly rapid advance. The Bay of Bengal branch also advances rapidly and arrives in Assam in the first week of June. The lofty mountains causes the monsoon winds to deflect towards the west over the Ganga plains. By mid-June, the Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon arrives over Saurashtra, Kutch and the central part of the country. The Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal branches of the monsoon merge over the northwestern part of the Ganga plains. Delhi generally receives the monsoon showers from the Bay of Bengal branch by the end of June. Tentative date is about 29th of June. By the first week of July, western Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and eastern Rajasthan experience the monsoon. By mid-July, the monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh and the rest of the country. इसका आगे ना देखो डायग्राम भी आएगा, फिगर 4.3. 4.3 ये वाला ऊपर वाला रहेगा, जो हम ऊपर अभी बोल रहे थे ना, 2 ग्राफ आए थे उसमें से देखते जाना है आपको, ठीक है। विड्रॉल ऑफ द रिट्रीट ऑफ द मॉनसून इज मोर ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस, ये नीचे वाले मैप में बताया गया है, देखो ये है एडवांसिंग मॉनसून और नीचे है विड्रॉल मॉनसून, ठीक है। The withdrawal of the monsoon begins in the northwestern states of India by early September. By mid-October, it withdraws completely from the northern part of the peninsula. The withdrawal from the southern half of the peninsula is fairly rapid. By early December, the monsoon has withdrawn from the rest of the country. The islands receive the very first monsoon showers progressively from south to north, from the first week of April to the first week of May. Okay, first week of April to the first week of May. The withdrawal takes place progressively from north to south from the first week of December to the first week of January. By this time, the rest of the country is already under the influence of the winter season. अब पढ़ेंगे हम सीजन के बारे में। हमने देख लिया कि मॉनसून आता कैसे है और विड्रॉ कैसे होता है। अब हम देखेंगे कि सीजन्स कैसे होते हैं, क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है। The monsoon type of climate is characterized by a distinct seasonal pattern. The weather conditions greatly change from one season to the other. These changes are particularly noticeable in the interior parts of the country. The coastal areas do not experience much variation in the temperature, though there is variation in rainfall pattern. How many seasons are experienced in your place? 4 main seasons can be identified in India: the cold weather season, the hot weather season, the advancing monsoon and the retreating monsoon with some regional variations. अब हम एक एक सीजन के बारे में डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है। The first is cold weather season, that is winter. The cold weather season begins from mid-November in northern India and stays till February. December and January are the coldest months in the northern part of India. The temperature decreases from south to the north. The average temperature of Chennai on the eastern coast is between 24 to 25 degrees centigrade, while in the northern plain it ranges between 10 degrees to 15 degrees Celsius. Days are warm and nights are cold. Frost is common in the north and higher slopes of Himalayas experience snowfall. During this season, the northeast trade winds prevail over the country. They blow from land to sea and hence for most part of the country it is a dry season. Some amount of these winds as they blow from sea to land. Some amount of rainfall occurs on the Tamil Nadu coast from the winds as they blow from sea to the land. तो वो क्या करते हैं, अपने साथ मॉइस्चर लेके जाते हैं. In the northern part of the country, a feeble high pressure region develops that light winds moving outwards from the area. Influenced by the relief, these winds blow over the Ganga Valley from west and the northwest. The weather is normally marked by clear sky, low temperature and low humidity and feeble variable winds. A characteristic feature of the cold weather season over the northern plains is the inflow of the cyclonic disturbances from the west and the northwest. These low pressure systems originate over the Mediterranean Sea and the Western Asia and move into India along with the westerly flow. These cause the much needed winter rains over the plains and the snowfalls in the mountains. Although the total amount of winter rainfall locally known as Mahavat is small, they are of immense importance for the cultivation of rabi crops. ठीक है, तो जो टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ विंटर रेनफॉल है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, महावत. और ये इंपॉर्टेंट होती है रबी क्रॉप्स के लिए, ठीक है. The peninsular region does not have a well-defined cold season. There is hardly any noticeable seasonal change in temperature pattern during winters due to moderating influence of the sea. Next आते हैं the hot weather season, that is summer. Due to the apparent northward movement of the sun, the global heat belt shifts northward. As such, from March to May, it is hot weather season. ये था advancing monsoon का ग्राफ, ठीक है. In India, the influence of the shifting of the heat belt can be seen clearly from the temperature recordings taken during March to May at different latitudes. In March, the highest temperature is about 38 degrees centigrade recorded on the Deccan Plateau. In April, temperatures in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh are around 42 degrees Celsius. In May, temperatures of 40 to 45 degrees centigrade is common in the northwestern parts of the country. In peninsular India, temperatures remain lower due to the moderating influence of the ocean. The summer months experience rising temperature and falling air pressure in the northern part of the country. Towards the end of the May, an elongated low-pressure area develops in the region extending from the Thar Desert in the northwest to Patna and Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east and southeast. Circulation of air begins to set in around this trough. A striking feature of the hot weather season is the loo. These are strong, gusty, hot, dry winds blowing during the day over the north and the northwestern India. Sometimes they even continue until late in the evening. Direct exposure to these winds may even prove to be fatal. Dust storms are very common during the month of May in northern India. These storms bring temporary relief as they lower the temperature and may bring light rain and cool breeze. This is also the season for the localized thunderstorms associated with the violent winds, torrential downpours often accompanied by hail. In the West Bengal, these storms are locally known as Kal Baisakhi, calamity for the month of Baisakh. So it brings havoc. Okay. Towards the close of the summer season, pre-monsoon showers are common, especially in Kerala and Karnataka. These help in early ripening of mangoes and are often referred to as mango showers. तो केरला कर्नाटका में इनको क्या बोलते हैं? मैंगो शावर्स. अब एडवांसिंग मॉनसून, दैट इज द रेनी सीजन. By the early June, the low pressure condition over the northern plains intensify. It attracts the trade winds of the southern hemisphere. These southeast trade winds originate over the warm subtropical areas of the southern ocean. They cross the equator and blow in the southwesterly direction, entering the Indian peninsula as the southwest monsoon. These winds blow over warm oceans. They bring abundant moisture to the subcontinent. These winds are strong and blow at an average velocity of 30 km per hour. With the exception of the extreme northwest, the monsoon winds cover the entire country in about a month. The inflow of the southwest monsoon into India brings about a total change in the weather. Early in the season, the windward side of Western Ghat receives very heavy rainfall, more than 250 cm. The Deccan Plateau and the parts of Madhya Pradesh also receive some amount of rain in spite of lying in the rain shadow region. The maximum rainfall of this season is received in the northeastern part of the country. Mausan Ram in the southern ranges of the Khasi Hill receives the highest average rainfall in the world. Rainfall in the Ganga Valley decreases from the east to the west. मतलब कम होते जाती है east से जैसे ही हम west की ओर move करेंगे. Rajasthan and the parts of Gujarat get scanty rainfall. Another phenomena associated with the monsoon is its tendency to have breaks in the rainfall. तो क्या होता है मानसून के फिनोमिना के टाइम ही कुछ ब्रेक्स आते हैं बीच में. ठीक है, तो ये क्या होता है हम ये देखते हैं. Thus it has wet and dry spell. तो जब ब्रेक आता है उस टाइम ड्राई स्पेल हो जाता है. In other words, the monsoon rains take place only for a few days at a time. They are interspread with rainless intervals. इसी को बोलते हैं monsoon break. These breaks in the monsoon are related to the movement of the monsoon trough. For various reasons, the trough and its axis keep on moving northward or southward, which determines the spatial distribution of rainfall. When the axis of the monsoon trough lies over the plains, rainfall is good in these parts. On the other hand, whenever the axis shifts closer to the Himalayas, there are longer dry spells in the plains, and widespread rain occurs in the mountainous catchment area of the Himalayan regions. These heavy rain bring in their wake devastating floods, causing damage to life and property in the plains. The frequency and intensity of the tropical depressions too determine the amount and duration of the monsoon rains. These depressions form at the head of the Bay of Bengal and cross over to the mainland. The depressions follow the axis of the monsoon trough of low pressure. The monsoon is known for its uncertainties. The alteration of dry and wet spells vary in intensity, frequency and duration. While it causes heavy floods one part, it may also be responsible for droughts in the other part. It is often irregular in its arrival and its retreat. Hence, it sometimes disturbs the farming schedule of the millions of farmers all over the country. तो अभी तक हमने क्या क्या पढ़ लिया? हमने समर सीजन पढ़ लिया, विंटर सीजन पढ़ लिया और एडवांसिंग मानसून पढ़ लिया. अब हम रिट्रीटिंग मानसून को नेक्स्ट वीडियो में पढ़ेंगे. आई होप यहाँ तक आप सभी को समझ आया होगा. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हमारा ये चैप्टर भी खत्म हो जाएगा और हम इसके साथ ही अपना नेक्स्ट चैप्टर स्टार्ट करेंगे. और नेक्स्ट चैप्टर स्टार्ट करने के पहले जो हमने जो 2 ग्राफ छोड़े थे वो दोनों ग्राफ देख लेंगे एडवांसिंग